Matthias is signed, done. Where do things stand, do you think, in the roster building? Do you think this is pretty much complete for the start of the season, or is there still more moves to make?
I hope so. I hope there's more to make. Myself, the recruitment team, made it clear really towards the end of last season what we had to do, and I felt it was really important that we get a lot of our business done before we started back a pre-season. I think we've managed to do that. We've managed to bring a good number of players in, players who we identified as good players, experienced players, players who know the league well, but also players who, from obviously with Jaizi and with Klich, who can bring that added quality from different leagues, and so I think in the main we've done quite well so far. Of course, as a manager, you're always pushing to try and bring more, and we hope we can do that.
How did the process work? You were overseas the entire off-season, or most of it? Did you come back at all during the off-season?
No, we had meetings over in Manchester. Dave, Sean, Stu flew out to Manchester. So we had meetings out there. We had staff watching different games in Europe, in South America. So we've been busy and obviously in constant communication on what we've been trying to do and players we wanted to bring in. So I spent 2.5 weeks in India. I was doing the TV for the World Cup, but obviously also always with a mindset and a focus on making sure we got the work done which we've managed to get done.
You want to go first, Jamie, and then Ryan?
You said in the you said in the team meeting that was posted online that this team cannot and will not finish bottom of the league again. What is the target this season that you've laid out?
Yeah, I think a realistic target, of course, and what we all want is to make playoffs. I think we want to compete in this league. I feel we've done some really good business to be able to do that. Apologies as well. I haven't been well all week since I've been here, so in the meeting I don't think my voice sounds that great. I'm just getting over it now. So, but yeah, I think for us, our priority is to try and make playoffs. I think once you do that, we all know anything can happen from there. There's obviously good teams in this league who have got good squads, who will be adding to their squad as well. So we have to make sure we stay focused and always be alive to players who come available from now till the window closes. But if you ask me, I'm happy to go into the season with the squad I've got available now, then I would be.
And just talking on transfer speculation and sort of league tables, step away from here, club close to your heart is at the wrong end of the table back in England, Everton. There's obviously been speculation saying if a managerial job comes up, your name is put in the picture. How do you respond to that sort of speculation?
Yeah, it was the same obviously last time when Benitez left the club, and I think it'd be very unfair for me to speak about Everton. Obviously Frank Lampard is the manager. I think Macheri has come out backing Frank Lampard, so Frank's a former teammate of mine, so it'd be very unfair if I start speaking about Everton and that role. Obviously Frank is still very much the manager.
Adding on a little bit to what you talked about in terms of the boys being ready to go. At the end of last year, excuse me, you talked about them wanting to be fit when they came in. First impressions on how excited.
Delighted. The players have worked extremely hard in the off-season. We got programmes out to them and they've stuck to it. And it's allowed me to focus on the tactical side of what we want to do. So I've been really pleased with the work the players have put in. The majority of the training we've done is football. I know in previous years, obviously myself being a player, normally the first week is a lot of running, a lot of high intensity and getting back into it, but the players have done that in the off-season, which I felt was really important to allow me the time to work with the players from a tactical point of view.
Coach, you see?
What was your familiarity with Matthias over the years, and what role do you think he fills on the field here?
Yeah, I've obviously seen him play over the last few years for Leeds, and I think first of all, I spoke about it many times last season, is the mentality of the group. Of course, we were a very young group, so in terms of the players I was wanting to bring in, they had to fit that profile which I wanted. And Matthias spoke to many people about him who know him, who know how he's worked at Leeds and his character, and that's the one thing what shone through from everyone I spoke to. Obviously speaking to the player himself, I could see that. He's a confident lad. And in terms of his role on the pitch, I think he'll be a leader. I think he can play in different positions, as a 8, as a 10. At times, if needed, he could play from out wide, but it's not somewhere where I see him playing. So I think just having his physicality in terms of his fitness, his quality on the ball, and his influence on other players, I think will be huge for us.
How do you see this going together? This is your first full season here as manager. Benteke came in late last year. Even Fontes didn't start the year here last season, and now you have Matthias coming in. How do you see this all coming together with a full training camp together?
Hopefully good. But no, I think we've added some real quality to the squad, but I think I'm excited for the goalkeepers we've had as well. I know the two very good goalkeepers who know the league well, alongside Luis, who has done fantastic in training last year. Started pre-season really well, so really it's up for grabs. The number one shirt is up for grabs. The three of them are all trying to get that spot, so that's encouraging. It's what I want. I want competition for places. Derek Williams, I think, is a very good signing for us. Very composed on the ball. Having a left-footed centre half is something what we needed for the balance of the team. Jaizi is a very good player who will certainly add a lot of quality to the team. So I think we've made some clever signings. Ruan is something which we were missing last season. Good competition between him and Andy for that right back spot. So yeah, I think where we was last season, we were young, naive. The players weren't fit enough. There was a lack of mentality and also character at times. So I think what we've done, we've really tried to fill all them spots and fill everything I wanted really with these players. And now it's my job to get all the information into them tactically, what we want, and really create a mindset as a group and as individuals as well. We're really going to compete this year.
With the keepers, you mentioned the three, but Romo's here too. What happens there?
Yeah, I think Romo's very close to leaving the club, so he's been great. Since he had one bad game against, I think it was Philly. He had a bad game, but before that he was very good. And in the information I was giving him, playing in a little bit of a different way to what he was used to. So obviously I've identified the keepers I've wanted to bring in, and Rafa, I think within the next 24-48 hours will be leaving the club.
But is Ravel, is he settled for the season, or is he an odd man out? Where does he fit in?
No, Ravel's come back. He's training really well. Like all the players, it's an opportunity for them to show me what they can do in pre-season. And as I've made clear to the players, no one's guaranteed a place in the team. You have to work for it. And Ravel's come back and he started the pre-season really well.
Joanna?
I'm from Polish Public Television. The first question will be, you've been a playing coach. Do you still feel sometimes that you want to help your team at the field more actively? Do you have such a things?
No, I think them days and maybe them thoughts have probably gone now. So very much a coach and try and help the players, whether that's tactically or from a mindset point of view, trying to help the players be the best they can be on the pitch.
And when you think about Mateusz Klich, the three first thoughts about him?
I don't know. I think energetic, a lot of quality, and as I mentioned before, he's influential. I think I know the Premier League very well, and I think you see by the send-off which Leeds United give him, you can see how highly thought of he was at Leeds, and I know that's not easy, because Leeds are a very big club who've had many great players over the years, and he's thought of as a great there, for what he done, helping them get out the Championship, and then obviously of the last couple of years in the Premier League. So I think we've got a player who will be a very big player for us.
The thing is that Polish team is now looking for a new coach, and sometimes we hear the name of your friend from the national teams, Gerard. Do you think it is possible? Would it be a good idea?
I think he's proven he's a very good manager, and obviously he's not working at the minute. But again, similar to the Everton one, it's not really for me to talk on. I know I'm close with Stephen, and I don't know whether he's talking to the Polish team or not. If he is, good luck. But I'm sure their questions maybe for him to answer.
And have you seen the Polish team on the World Cup?
Yeah.
And what do you think? To be honest.
Firstly, I was delighted for Christian Bielik to come back. I had Christian at Derby County, and he got a ACL injury, the second one in a short period of time, and we put a lot of work in to help him, and a lot of focus to help him achieve his dream and play for Poland in a World Cup. So I was delighted for Christian from that point of view, and also for Lewandowski for getting his finally scored in the World Cup. I think is a big player. So and of course I think it was always going to be difficult for Poland to go onto the semi-finals and finals. So I think they've done okay.
Brian, we can take a couple online now.
Dwayne, we'll start with Jonathan. There we go. Sorry about that. This is Jonathan Siegel from MLSsoccer.com. Thanks for taking the time. Wanted to ask about Matthias and if there was any like-for-like comparison in MLS, meaning his profile. Do you see him as similar to someone else in the league, especially for fans who just might not understand what kind of player you all have acquired?
I don't know. I don't know really. I think I'm sure the fans will see pretty soon what type of player we've got, and yeah, he's a winner. He works hard. He's very energetic. Puts a lot into every game, and can create and score goals. And but not only that, he likes to do the other side of the game as well, which he enjoys defending also. So I think we've got a pretty complete player who's still at a good age to help us move forward.
When did the conversations with him, Leeds, whatever parties start? Meaning, how long was this pursuit? Was this someone you identified early? Can you take folks into that side of things a little bit?
Yeah, it's been ongoing for a while now, and I think we're delighted to finally get it done, and obviously a bit of negotiating with Leeds, and we knew the final 2 games he played for Leeds. Was Leeds obviously he was under contract at Leeds, of course, but we both clubs knew he was coming in with us, so that was a bit anxious watching them games and just hoping really that he didn't get injured in them. And then he come on against Manchester City and put a big tackle in, so I was always a bit worried. But no, he's come in, he's fit, obviously we're in the position now where we're waiting for the visa. So as soon as we get that, he can start to get to work with us and enjoy the rest of pre-season.
Do you have a timeline for how long that might take? Apologies if that was asked before by someone in the room.
No, normally you're looking at a couple of weeks to get your visa and for him to be able to work. So that's the frustrating thing for us now. He's come in, but he can't train. So, but in some ways, it's not a bad thing. He's obviously done half a season with Leeds, so it's an opportunity for him to maybe get a little bit of rest to make sure he's ready and fresh to start the season.
Okay, thank you.
Next we'll go to Jose.
Hey, Wayne, this is Jose Amanya with TFP. For the first question, you said last year several times that you were concerned about the team's mentality coming into the job. How have you seen the mental health side of your squad coming into this offseason?
They've been good, I think, and of course there's a lot of young players we've had who it's new to them. There's a lot of players who, and as I said, I've seen the talk I give to the players. We've lost quite a few players also, but they were good people. But as a coach, there are decisions you have to make in order to try and move forward as a club and bring the right players in with that right mentality. By getting the players in I feel that's really helped with other players within the group.
And if you don't mind, a little bit of a funnier one. You've been mentioned around with boxing by Tyson Fury and others in the boxing community. Can you explain your background in boxing, and are you interested in a boxing bout after your coaching career?
I like watching it. I think that's about it. But yeah, no, I like to watch boxing. I went to watch Tyson Fury's last fight actually, and I seen Tyson's comments. But I don't think I'm that stupid to get in the ring with Tyson Fury.
Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, man.
That's it, Wayne.
All right, thank you.
Cheers. Thanks, man.
Cheers, thank you. Good to see you.